Good evening. I'd like to call the Culver Town Council meeting for April 11th, 2024 to order, please. Before we start, I'd like to remind people that your participation is your consent to be recorded and rebroadcast on the town's YouTube channel. Also, any electronic devices, if you finally put them on mute or turn them off, it would be appreciated. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger?
Present.
Mr. Gibbons?
Here.
Mrs. Monroe? Here. Mr. Neer?
Here.
Ms. Ricciardi?
Here.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes for the February 22nd, 2024 regular meeting minutes. May I have a motion?
Second, March 14th.
Oh, and okay, and also the March 14th, 2024 regular meeting.
So moved.
It's been moved by Ms. Monroe,
Second.
second by Ms. Ricciardi. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Anyone in the room here for utility or ordinance violation? Is there anyone online? Hearing none. Public dialogue. Anybody wish to bring anything forward? Anyone online? Hearing none. New business. Nothing of a new business. Old business.
No. No business. Mr. President, no business.
All right. Department heads report. EMS. Nothing from EMS. Thank you. Fire.
Don't have anything.
Thank you, sir. Police.
They're not having that. Oh, yeah.
Park. Bob.
Does that ever happen?
No, this is beautiful.
And then there was me.
All right.
I've been told I speak
think-
quickly. I think I will prescribe to that tonight. Dunes update, Mr. President. We had an engineering meeting on Monday, 4/1. During this meeting, we discussed the western detention area of the property known as the Dunes. Its relationship to the wetlands of the north are a concern on that property, and it's an ongoing conversation. We've requested calculations concerning the infiltration rate of that detention area, as we did not see engineered in that pond a relief system. We're worried about it overspilling and going to the north and no way of relieving that. So we are currently waiting on those infiltration numbers. We've been informed this evening that the planning commission meeting that was scheduled for next Tuesday, the 16th, will not be ready for that. They want to do the numbers correctly. They want to give Scott Seipel time from Midwestern and us, Bob and I, to engineer and look at those numbers. So we'll be looking at next month, it looks like. For the public record, I'd like to say that we did have 2 complaints on Tuesday, 4/9, about smoke from the burning. I contacted the lawyer, Burke Richardson, for the Culver Equities. I informed him that those complaints are issued, as well as the need of permitting for the burning inside of town limits. He is contacting the state to get that. He's also, the developers are going out of the way. They're going to bring in a burn curtain, which is a device that allows essentially dig a pit. It creates a constant stream of air. And that way that smoke will no longer be in play. So we don't have to worry about prevailing winds. It's a responsible thing, as well as they're also going to guarantee that as construction equipment moves in and out of the site, they will have a sweeper on site to be able to take care of the road, dirt, and traffic at complaint. So we're good there. We anticipate hearing about the dunes tomorrow. I'll have a long conversation, I'm sure. I'll give an update on that. That is the dunes report. I'll move right into the town manager's report in terms of being fast. I do have one order of business. It is an addendum to the easement that we've issued Tim Howard. There was a request late, but a reasonable request that we will grant within that utility easement a one-time single-family residential sewer tap fee extended to Tim Howard only. If the property sells, the addendum is no longer valid and the fee would be collected. I asked for the approval of the council for this one-time waiver fee. Bob, you want to speak? How much were we talking?
$594.
About $594 on the tap fee. I
So
send this to the
if he
president.
hooks on it,
If he hooks on eventually, if he hooks on, we would waive that.
So moved.
It's been moved by Mr. Githens. May I have a second, please?
oh, go ahead, Danny.
Second by Mr. Neer. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Thank you, council, for the consideration. I have one special permit event. It's for 4/27/24 from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It's a fundraising drive. The Knights of Columbus are out for business. Anticipated people are 12 on the streets. We're looking at 10 and 17. We're looking at Main Street and Jefferson and North Lake Shore and Academy Road, the typical hit points as we call them. Dan Schaller is the sponsor, is the contact for that, and they are seeking safety cones, traffic cones for each for the safety on there. And I think that's it on the request. I have the signatures of the department heads. I asked for approval on that.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Ms. Monroe. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Githens. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Some updates, the IU tree grant. We had some disappointing news from Teresa DeRoe, the head of that. She contacted me during the week. She's going to have to postpone our participation as well as Plymouth from 2024. We are on the top of the slate for 2025. We are guaranteed a position. They could not find a viable, the person that they had identified and agreed to had an emergency come up and therefore had to back out of the program. They could not at a short notice find a viable candidate. Rather than rush it, Mike and I talked in Plymouth. We decided it would be in the best interest to wait for an experienced candidate to come into our communities and fulfill that project. So we'll postpone it to 2025. I'll give you continued updates on that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So I will make the accommodations with our tree commission and let them know. Last thing, great news Bob was able to share with this week. Community Crossing Matching Grant was awarded to us in 2024. We'll get a second round of paving in. We're looking at $284,923.50. So buy some bubble gum with that 50
Maybe we'll
cents.
do it now, it's last year's money.
Which is last
We'll
year's
actually
money.
get 3.
Well, true, correct. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, so we're getting some bonus roads in, and that's always good news. We'll get another giant check, and we love those. Updates. The council met on 4/9 of this week, as you're well aware of, since you're the council. We discussed language that's within the comprehensive plan of 2040. I say this for public record. We received that feedback. We had over 70 individuals, and somebody poorly planned and was not able to get everybody in here. That won't happen again. But we had amazing outreach and outcome. We are aware as a council, as we walked away and we discussed the need to form a better line of communication, and that was a productive session. From that session, the following is going to be suggested. Ms. Monroe and I will be editing the 2040 with Donnie, right? And we are with the following, with Donnie Ritzma. We are going to change the wording within the comprehensive plan to indicate that although IC 3674205 permits municipalities to extend their zoning authority to 2 miles beyond the town corporate limits, the town presently does not, nor in the foreseeable future, plan to extend that zoning authority beyond its current limits as they stand. That is language that will go in. We are also going to add a feedback section on the back where we're getting feedback. Inside that feedback session, we are going to capture the sentiment of the 70 individuals or plus 70 individuals that gave us the feedback. We will note that they are I guess the word strongly against any type of extension of that zoning. And for future reference, they are not, we have to demonstrate need. We're also going to sit down. It was suggested to establish specific conditions that would govern that or guide that extension, or at least consideration of that extension. What do we mean by mutual need? That's in the state statute. So we're developed there. We're going to take out the word agriculture since farmers didn't participate as much as strongly as we wanted to. That's a simple addition. The last thing that is coming out of that, we will, with the approval of the council, form an advisory board for the township of 5 to 6 members. I was in touch with Marlene today. I've received 8 names from her. She would consider to be strong voices for that township board. They will serve with planning, with zoning conditions, and with the council when it comes to matters outside, and it will capture a voice that oftentimes is not captured within this chamber. Last reminder, currently paving's underway. Have fun. We're grinding, and we ask the public to be, if they were here, to be patient with us. So that's it for the town manager's notes. Thank you.
Thank you. Karen, your report?
I have a couple of claims for your approval. The first one from EJ Prescott, $6,554.67, and that's for material and supply for the water and sewer department. The second one, which was already approved, but just wanted to make you aware, $7,900 for RD trailers, and that is for the fire dive trailer that you approved last year. And then finally, y'all can rejoice, but the paint sprayer has been ordered and is on the way. And that was $5,487.02.
The timing of that worked out with all the paving. Motion to approve the claims.
Been moved by Mr. Monroe to approve the claims. Second, please.
Second.
Second by Mr. Shardy. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
The thing that Wayne alluded to that I'm apparently taking care of for him, both Larry Jolly and Tracy Owens, our newest police hires, have completed their probation, and he is asking for a raise from the initial salary of $31 per hour to $32.50. I'm sorry, I take that back. For Larry Jolly, $32.50, that would take him to the full officer salary, correct?
No, we got one more stage yet to go.
Okay.
He's on a 6-month cycle and she'll be on a year.
See, you should have just done this. So, and then Tracy from $29 to $30.50. So if I could have a motion to approve those. Is Wayne put down the effective date of 4/8, but I've already completed payroll. So if you want it retroactive to 4/8, then I'm gonna have to catch them up on the next paycheck. Or I take that back. No, they're good. Sorry.
Motion to approve.
Effective.
It's been moved by Mr. Monroe. Second by Mr. Githens. Any discussion? Are we gonna make it back to the
Yeah.
8th or?
Retroactive. to the
Well, it's effective the
The
8th,
8th.
because they'll receive that increase on the next paycheck.
Okay.
I just read it wrong.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I'll get you back.
Get on my case.
Okay, the final, it's not the final thing, but I'm trying to move fast because I know y'all want out. Kevin has submitted a conflict of interest disclosure statement as serving as the Culver Town manager, but he is also now on the board for One Marshall County. It's not anything that he would benefit from personally, financially, but we just want to put that out there so that the public is aware of that relationship. So if I could have a motion to approve that conflict of interest.
Motion to approve.
Been moved by Ms. Monroe. One second. Second by Mr. Neer. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign.
Two things, just a reminder, garage sales are scheduled for April 26th and 27th. And townwide cleanup day is scheduled for Monday, May 13th. You can put your items out at your curb over the weekend and the street department will pick them up. And that's all.
You said May 13th, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Attorney's report.
I don't have anything to report tonight.
Okay. Council issues, Mr. Nair.
Good ending. Now what we have about trash. I have nothing to add.
Thank you, Ms. Monroe.
I don't know.
Ms. Rishardi.
I have nothing.
I have nothing. Mr. Githens.
Nothing.
Motion to adjourn to claims. Been moved by Mr. Githens, a second by Ms. Monroe. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 15 minutes.
Well, let's start. 6:47.
It's kind of freaking me out, guys.